All right, middle school. Let's go ahead and get into one of our classes today. You will see we went over today the Unit 2 web development chapter on code.org. You can see of what we need to do. We're going to go over the activity guide and we're going to design a template for our client. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you have the activity guide open. This is what we started in class. The second thing you'll need to open is your link to the lesson. So let's go ahead and open that now. I'm going to close my tabs just so it looks like if we start, we should only have one tab. Ignore that in the background. So what I'm doing is using control when I click, you can see it just opened up the tab without my screen moving to it. It's a super handy tool. Now I'm going to click the same thing on code. So in case I ever want to get back to here, I can. So here's our activity guide. Here is the lesson on code. If you're not signed in, make sure you're signed in. Make sure to get credit that you sign in with Google. Make sure you go through all the prompts. And yours will be a little different, especially if you use the link on code.org. I click on it again. Now that I'm signed in, it'll bring me here. Great. That's what we need. So first things first, always put your name. And I went over in class how to get rid of these lines in case we really don't like this. So we're getting rid of this by highlighting, writing our name in, write the period or grade. I prefer if it was grade, don't matter what period, but let's get the date in there. 10, 15, or the date that you're doing it, 2025. Next, we read through the instructions. So choosing the right web design. A web design company has 5 templates, websites that they can design for potential clients, which you're working for that company. These templates are available in Code Studio for you to look at. So let's take a look once we know what we're doing. The list below represents several potential clients who are looking for web design help. Let me zoom in a little bit. Your task is to complete. Already lost where I was. Excuse me. The list below represents several potential clients who are looking for web design help. Your task is to recommend a particular template to each client based on their needs. So, Claire, I'm a wedding photographer and I need a place to showcase my photos so people can see the pictures I take. Now it's asking the question, template, what do we need? Well, let's take a look. Start with A. A seems to have a lot of photos. That's cool. Gonna close that. Template. Well, seems like this words. Template C kind of looks promising. It has prices, it has photos, but as a photographer, template D is like a ranking system. It ranks dogs, it looks like, or a little description about it too. Neat, but not what we're looking for. Now, this is like a visiting or something information website. Click to learn more about Tuscan. Brings us to a whole different website to take a look at. So this is definitely not what we're looking for. It's really between A and C. So I'm going to look at A again. So look at the question again. Wedding photographer, showcase her photos. That's really all she needs. So photo gallery fits. So now I'm going to go ahead and write the answer in. All right, let's close this and start writing that in. We're going to keep this open because we're going to go back to it. Here I'm going to write template A. Wait, I really hate those lines. So let me press backspace, A, period. Then I give a few spaces so I know a nice little gap here. Now I really don't like these lines and they kind of make typing a little odd. What I'm doing now is pressing backspace. It's gone, but I'm going to format it so it looks nice when I turn it in. I'm going to press enter. Oh, wait, no, I don't need number 2, computer. What are you doing? Well, click backspace. There we go. Now everything is the same, and if we start typing, it's going to be great. So let's type our answer. Claire was a wedding photographer. Needs to showcase photos. So I'm going to phrase my answer. Claire needs a web design that has lots of photos. So I picked the photo gallery template. Yeah. All right, now on to number 2. I'm going to clean this up just because I know I'm already going to be writing in it. I'm going to delete those lines, press backspace again, press enter. I did that number thing, but that's not easy to get rid of, right? We're going to press backspace. And I can press enter again. It's going to keep it looking nice so I can keep my answer right here. All right, so Dwayne, what do you need? He writes a weekly column where he ranks the best movies that has been released each weekend. And he includes photos of their movie posters. So I'm going to underline that. You don't have to. That's just helping me remember the parts that I need on his website. So he has a weekly column and he ranks the best movies. That's another hint. All right, good. Let's take a look. Now you can always dual screen this. What that means is you can click the tab, drag it over, and it should show up like a little window if you hover your mouse towards the side of the page. Then I'll let you click another application you have and put it over here. Cool. Now I can type and look. So let's see. We did template A. We're not going to repeat it. Template B. Nope, that's a resume. Resumes are only text. We're not going to use this template for him. Let's see. Template C. Well, this is definitely rank. This is towards pricing and showing off what you're trying to sell. Template D. Hey, that looks something like we can use because he ranks best movies. So 1, 2, 3, like 1's the best. Cool. And he posts photos of the movie posters. Great. We can swap out the dog photos with movie posters. And has even a little description so he can write like what his opinion about it was. Perfect. We found our template. That is template D. Now, why did we pick this template? Remember, I already deleted it, made it nice and ready to go. So this template looked like it was good for creating lists with photos, which is what Dwayne is doing. Nope. In order to get full credit, you need to tell me exactly what Dwayne needed. So he needed photos and he needed a list, which I have right here in my answer. Now, I'm not going to write the rest of these answers out. I'm just going to give you a hint for number 3. So Tess runs a business that prints different types of t-shirts. I need to know where my business and what kind of shirts offer. So people need to find out where her business is. We need to know what they're selling and pictures of the shirts, right? So out of these, what does that look like? This can't be A, can't be D, so you're left with B, C, and E to look at. Now, think about it. She's printing and selling t-shirts, so that's going to be template C. So there's no brainer. I'm just going to enter C. That's all you get for now. The last part of this assignment, you now get to create a design for your client. You choose one of the ones below, and since we're working online, you can highlight Sierra's or Mario's to let me know who you're doing. So choose one of the clients below and circle or highlight your selection on this guide. And either on a sheet of paper or using a digital template, sketch out the design that meets the client's needs. So if I do Sierra, I'm going to highlight her, use the highlighter. That way Mr. Rude knows who I'm doing. So define, our next step is to define, because I'm not doing Mario. I'm just gonna cross him out here. I see the strike through, which I don't. Oh well. This didn't delete this, so I don't need it. So define, choose one of the users and create a defining sentence. So Sierra is a way to blank. You read through what she needs and write it down here. You're going through the problem solving process to make sure that your design is best. And make sure you answer everything here and turn this in on Google Classroom. The last thing you need to do is make the actual design. You can do this two ways. You can do this with Google Slides. There's a little resource sheet right here that can tell you what you can do to draw shapes and different icons, images. But if you feel like that's not your best working space, use paper, draw it out. Just make sure you have everything you need for your client. Remember, your client is in that activity guide. You're going to be in more than one place. Make sure you get that and your design ready to be turned in by next class. If it's a paper, just bring it to class and turn it in. If it's on the Google Slides, feel free just to click that turn in button on your assignment. And that's it. Hope this helped.